Welcome back. We're here for Assassin's Creed Part 10. This is our last assassination
It's
before
the
we get to
hero
go
of
after
Damas.
Robert.
Come
So
in,
let's
stay
see
a while. Tell me all about your adventures.
what this
I'm afraid
crazy
I don't have the
bastard
time.
has to say to
I
Altair, and then
see.
we'll get going.
Too important for me now.
It's not that.
No, of course not. How may I serve you then?
Al-Muallim has asked I take the life of the one they call Jubair.
Ah, Salahadin's chief scholar. Strange choice of target in my opinion. But who are we to question the master's will? I'm sure he has his reasons.
Then you're familiar with the man.
He's been quite busy these past few days, organizing the scholars and sending them into the streets to preach.
What do they speak of?
Light and fire, cleansing sins, apocalyptic nonsense if you ask me. All this talk of paths and a new world.
What about this new world?
Couldn't say. I don't pay attention to the ramblings of madmen. Much too busy with real work.
Very well. I'll walk among the people, see what I can learn. Where would you suggest I search?
South of here, you'll find an academy and a guard tower. They're both good places to search. There's also a hospital to the east you might want to visit.
I'll begin at once.
So eager. You've certainly changed, and for the better, I might add.
I don't know if it's intentional or not or what, but it's kind of like a bit of foreshadowing, sort of, that, they say history repeats itself, and we're going after Jubair, and he's going to be incinerating books that he considers to be the source of evil because they have knowledge in them, and he's kind of his beliefs in his cause, and as well as being a Templar, he started to believe that people were too dependent on scriptures, and he wanted to burn all the written texts, which that sort of kind of foreshadows what we eventually go through in the Renaissance between Ezio and Savonarola.
He comes to speak, and then leads us into the city, that we might cleanse it.
Could I join you then?
Understand that it is a difficult path we walk. Our work demands sacrifice.
I understand.
Then come and meet with us. Let us see how strong you really are.
And ironically, the mission is basically laid out almost exactly the same too. You got to take out the lieutenants before you get to the main assassination target. So it's
I suspect he'll want to deal with this himself.
the outcome's kind of different, but
Best we say nothing to the others.
the build-up's kind of the same.
Course of action. Truth be told, I'll be happy when this business is done.
Soon, my friend, soon. Today should see the last of them put to torch. Boy, come here. You still have the letter I gave you?
Yes.
Go and deliver it then. You'll find the one it's meant for inside the madrasa.
Not really a whole lot of trivia or any interesting things about Jubair, because he not really kind of inspired by an actual person, and not really an actual wasn't there's not a lot of history there like there was with like Garnier or Robert, but maybe might have been inspired by Ibn Jubair, possibly.
Understood it fell to him, having learned the truth, to spread it. And as he was shown the way, so was I. And I will show you as well. Jubair sees things the way they truly are. Sees the poison you carry in your hearts and minds. He works to cast it out. Remove all texts from your homes and schools. Give them to us. They must be destroyed.
I guess really the only interesting thing is in Arabic his first name Jubair means the forced one, and Al-Hakim means the wise one, so I guess there's that, but there's not a whole lot of anything else to really throw out there. But I mean, he could have been based on, he could be the Crusaders, or the Crusades era version of Savonarola. They could have taken some inspiration from that. I mean, it's hard to say.
someone else.
I think this was probably my most successful interrogation up to this point. No thugs got involved, and nothing else really. It's pretty straightforward here.
Violence is not the answer, my child.
In this we agree. So speak and I may stay my blade. What is it your master intends?
He lied.
Why destroy all this knowledge?
We lay the stones to build a road upon which soon all men will travel. It leads to a better tomorrow.
That is not what I see.
You are blind. The words upon these parchments, they are poison. Jubair holds the cure. He'll free us from their lies.
It's nonsense you speak. You've lost your mind.
No, not lost, but found. I see the world for what it truly is. He has shown me so much. I am illuminated.
Fanatic is all you are, and dangerous for it.
Do what you must. It changes nothing. We are not afraid.
You should be.
And this is also the last mission that takes place in Damascus, so
What news, Ataya?
I skipped the
I've learned much about
assassination,
my enemy.
the informer
Should what you
assassin
know.
mission, because I
Jubair
knew
has
that'd
become
probably
obsessed with purging the city of its knowledge.
be more trouble than it was
Most
worth.
terrible crime. Now I see why Al-Mualim wants you to remove him.
He's using the city scholars to assist him. They go out into the streets, harassing the people and collecting all their written works. I fear he intends to destroy them all.
He must be stopped.
That's why I'm here. He's to hold a meeting soon, at the Madrasa al-Qalasa. It's where I'll go. It's where I'll take his life.
I'll leave you alone to prepare. Bring glory to the Brotherhood.
A little bit of a brain fart there. It took him a minute to reach out for the feather.
Fast forwarding memory to a more recent one.
Since this is kind of like a drawn-out assassination, there's definitely not going to be a lot of lead up to it. It's just going to be arriving, the cutscene, hitting the lieutenants. I don't even think I get all the lieutenants. I think I get 2 of them, and then the third one I went after would happen to be him. We'll find out. I can't remember.
Every single text in this city must be destroyed. My friend, you must not do this. Much knowledge rests within these parchments, put there by our ancestors for good reason.
And what reason is this?
They are beacons, meant to guide us, to save us from the darkness that is ignorance.
No, these bits of paper are covered in lies. They poison your minds, and so long as they exist, you cannot hope to see the world the way it truly is.
How can you accuse these scrolls of being weapons? They are tools of learning.
You turn to them for answers and salvation. You rely more upon them than yourselves. This makes you weak and stupid. You trust in words, drops of ink. Do you ever stop to think of who put them there? Or why? No, you simply accept their words without question. And what if those words speak falsely? As they often do. This is dangerous.
You are wrong. These texts give the gift of knowledge. We need them.
You love your precious writings. You'd do anything for them?
Yes. Yes, of course.
Then join them!
All he had to do is roll out and stop, drop, and roll.
Any man who speaks as he is just as much a threat. Do any else among you wish to challenge me? Good. Your orders are simple enough. Go out into the city. Collect any remaining writings and add them to the piles in the streets. When you're done, we'll send a cart to collect them, that they may be destroyed.
Now keep in mind while listening to his voice throughout that scene, Jubair has the same voice actor as Abul Nukud, and this is why I respect voice acting so much, is they can play multiple people. And it's funny, I just seen a thing about Diablo, and they were talking about JB Blanc. He plays like 5 characters in Reaper of Souls, like 4 of which are like within 25 feet of each other, and you couldn't tell. And it speaks volumes about the quality of the amount of talent it takes to be a successful voice actor. Now, there's some you can pick out no matter what they're in. And I don't know why I climbed back up that. Oh, because I killed the guy. I was just running from the guards. Okay, I was too busy flapping my gums and I wasn't actually paying attention real closely. Now, I can't remember how many of the lieutenants I took out, but I know I didn't kill 5 guys. Thinking back on this. I couldn't find this note. There he is. Who's texting? Yeah, that didn't work out so well. I should have known better. I climbed over the wall, they probably would have been alerted to my presence. If I could redo this again, I probably would have swung around the other way, dropped down onto that platform, and probably threw a dagger at him like I did with the first one. Laid out on the bench. The combat definitely is much improved as the series went on, especially in Black Flag. The combat was awesome in it. And even Revelations, I can't comment much on 3 because I didn't play a whole lot of 3. I think I was looking for... Oh, no. Yeah, maybe I was looking for... I was looking for a hay bale to jump into, but that worked just as good.
For centuries, we've quietly acquiesced, agreed to believe based on nothing more than the words of men and women long since gone to dust. And why? Why do we believe absent logic and evidence?
And then, I don't know how that dude missed the party with all the guards chasing me. He's just like, what are you doing? I didn't want to kill him on the ledge, because then he would have fell down and everybody would be like, ah, murderer! And, man, if air assassinations were in this game, this part would have been so easy. But, I don't know why I kept throwing my knives. I thought maybe you could throw them down, but you can't. So, yeah, that wasn't my stealthiest entrance. And I could have ran after that, but these guys, that dude should be burning to death right now. But anyways, I didn't want to run because then these dudes would be chasing me all around and blah blah blah. So, figured might as well just finish them off. get them out of the way so that way I can make a clean getaway. And that'll be that. This guy wants to put up a fight though. Thought maybe that was the one. Where the hell did he come from? Punch him in the nuts, falls off the ladder. I forgot about that. Hate them guys. Glad they're gone.
Good people of Damas, you are doing the right thing. Let us cleanse this city of its poisoned past. This is a righteous.
Oh, that was cool looking.
Why? Why have you done this?
Men must be free to do what they believe. It is not our right to punish one for thinking what they do, no matter how much we disagree.
Then what?
You of all people should know the answer. Educate them. Teach them right from wrong. It must be knowledge that frees them, not force.
They do not learn, fixed in their ways as they are. You are naive to think otherwise. It's an illness for which there is but one cure.
You're wrong, and that's why you must be put to rest.
Am I not unlike those precious books you seek to save? A source of knowledge with which you disagree, yet you're rather quick to steal my life.
A small sacrifice to save many. It is necessary.
Is it not ancient scrolls that inspire the Crusaders? That fill Salah ad-Din and his men with a sense of righteous fury? Their texts endanger others, bring death in their wake. I too was making a small sacrifice. It matters little now. Your deed is done, and so am I.
There's some future stuff, or not future, I don't know why I keep calling it future, present day stuff, along with the cut scene talking to the Rafik and then Al-Mualim, so I completely eliminated the escape because this video would have been like over a half hour long.
His life as well.
Excellent news. I had no doubt you'd succeed.
You should have seen it. The scholars followed him so readily. Wasn't just books they fed to fire either, but any man who opposed them.
Such ignorance breeds only evil. You've done a good thing this day.
As with my other targets, he believed he was doing the right thing, clearing a path to a better future.
Of course he would. Such is the landscape of a madman's mind.
The things I've seen these past few weeks, it's as if all the land has gone mad.
And this is why we fight to end the war, that sanity might return. The people are desperate for direction. It's easy for men like Jubair to prey on this and turn them towards evil. You should go, Altair. Return to Al-Mualim. Tell him what you saw. Let him know the good you've done this day.
Safety and peace, Rafik.
Upon you as well.
Fast-forwarding memory to a more recent one.
So then we're gonna pop to the present day here. There were some emails and stuff like that. I didn't include those because I mean, you really want to sit here and watch a video and then have to read. But we got the interactions with Lucy and Vidic here.
Not a lot of time, Vidic. Wherever it's hidden, time to retrieve it.
Working on it.
And when it's done,
He'll be taken care of.
I want that progress report by tomorrow morning.
I've got some work I need to do. So you've got the rest of the night to yourself.
I mean, obviously, we know how everything turns out by this point. You know, it's been how many years since this game came out, but you know, at the time, it was like, oh shit, things are getting serious here.
Problem with the Animus.
Nope, it's working fine.
I'm pretty sure it just ejected me
I'm
when
pretty sure you should shut up.
You ready to finally tell me what's going on?
We have to stop them, Desmond. When they access that last memory of yours, they're just getting started. They want to change everything. The way we live, the way we think, the way we are. You've gotten the lecture from Vidic about what's wrong with the world, how we need order and discipline, so they're going to give it to us. Only we don't have a say in the matter.
How?
The Templar treasure. They think it...
Miss Stillman?
I'm here.
I need you to upload Desmond's files to the database.
Got it.
Yeah, and they kind of made Desmond kind of stupid through here because that whole exchange there. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking at it wrong, but I don't know. He just kind of seemed kind of thick through that little exchange there about the Animus ejecting him.
So what? You're using me to find this Templar treasure? What do they call it? The Piece of Eden?
Yes.
Well, it's looking like it's at Messiah, so I don't know why they're wasting all this time with me. Why don't they just send their people to pick it up?
They can't. It's not that simple. The artifact from Messiah, they had it. It was destroyed in the accident.
Then what are they hoping for me? You know, for my ancestor to tell them?
They're hoping he'll show them where the other ones are.
You mean there's more than one of these things?
Oh, Desmond, you have no idea.
Is there a problem, Miss
No,
Stillman?
Warren. Everything's Denver on my end.
Then, where are the files?
I've got to move these files before he gets suspicious. We'll talk more later.
Wait, what's that mean, everything's Denver?
It means everything's fine.
Why Denver?
It's a reference to Denver International Airport. There's an underground facility there. It's where the accident happened.
And there's an email later on that you can find that explains the Denver thing and what all went down there. Or you can look it up on the wiki. But we got this little exchange here.
Yeah, I'm coming.
We're nearly done, you know.
And then what?
You'll see. Maybe they'll even let you watch when it begins. It's not as terrible as you think.
Look, I know you're not gonna let me leave. So why not tell me what's going on? Humor me.
I'm not an idiot, Mr. Miles. I think you've already learned quite a bit.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Of course not.
All right, let me ask you something else then.
Yes?
Some of the stuff I'm seeing in the Animus, sometimes it seems wrong. Untrue, like the history is off somehow. It doesn't...
It doesn't what, Mr. Miles? Match up with what you read on an online encyclopedia? What your high school history teacher taught you? Let me ask you something. Do these supposed experts have access to secret knowledge, kept hidden from the rest of us?
There are books, letters, documents, all sorts of source material from back then. Some of it seems to contradict what the Animus is showing me.
Anyone can write a book, and they can put whatever they want on its pages. Anything. Used to be, we thought the world was flat.
Some people still do.
Yes, and they publish books about it. Or that the moon landing was a hoax. I believe there's also a book claims the world was created in 7 days. A bestseller, too.
Where's this going, Doc?
The point, I suppose, is that you shouldn't trust everything you hear, everything you read. What's that your ancestors said? Nothing is true?
Everything is permitted.
Yes, exactly. It's part of what makes the Animus so spectacular. There's no room for misinterpretation.
There's always room.
Touché, Mr. Miles. Now that I've answered your question, can we begin?
Alright, we'll walk back out here, we'll hop back in the Animus, and then we'll get our little, our post-mission talk from Al-Mualim, and then we'll probably call it quits here.
Read, my student. We have much to discuss. We are close, Altair. Robert de Sable is now all that stands between us and victory. It is his mouth gives the orders. His hand pays the gold. With him dies the knowledge of the Templar treasure and any threat it might pose.
I still don't understand how a simple bit of treasure could cause so much chaos.
The Piece of Eden is temptation given form. Merely look at what it's done to Robert. Once he tasted of its power, the thing consumed him. He saw not a dangerous weapon to be destroyed, but a tool. One that would help him realize his life's ambition.
He dreamed of power then?
Yes and no. He dreamed, still dreams, like us, of peace.
But this is a man who sought to see the Holy Land consumed by war.
No, Altair. How can you not see when you're the one that opened my eyes to this?
What do you mean?
What do he and his followers want? A world in which all men are united. I do not despise his goal. I share it. But I take issue with the means. Peace is something to be learned, to be understood, to be embraced.
He would force it.
And rob us of our free will in the process.
Strange, to think of him in this way.
Never harbor hate for your victims, Altair. Such thoughts are poison, and will cloud your judgment.
Could he not be convinced, then, to end his mad quest?
I spoke to him in my way, through you. What was each killing if not a message? But he has chosen to ignore us.
Then there's only one thing left to do.
Jerusalem is where you faced him first. It's where you'll find him now. Let this final offering lend you strength. Go, Altair. It's time to finish this.
Alright guys, that's it. I want to thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. We're winding down to the end. So have a good one, guys.